Howdy everybody. In the glass today is the Trailmarker Wine Company Manchester Ridge Pinot Noir 2017 from the Mendocino Ridge. Now, this is quite an interesting thing. It is 121 cases, it was made with 60% whole cluster, and is a relatively low alcohol point at 12.4%. And it is done by a wonderful husband and wife team of Drew and Emily Huffine, and I may have gotten that wrong, so it goes. So Drew has been kind of the first one in the wine industry. He was spending time in places like Dumal and Costa Brown and R2, and then he is also the winemaker for Lioco, which is his present gig. After meeting, and I think the story goes, he was about ready to fly to New Zealand when he met Emily. She was at that point in time a costume designer. He, I think, flew to New Zealand, but they decided to get together and make a family unit and move to Sonoma. Now, at that point in time, while he was doing these various other winery gigs, she said, hey, we don't have a mortgage, we don't have kids, we should probably do our own wine label. I think at this point in time, they may very well have mortgages and kids, but they still have Trailmarker Wine Company. And this is their joint effort and their joint endeavor. Now, the thing we like about this is it comes from the Manchester Ridge. The Manchester Ridge sits about 2,000 feet above sea level, kind of looking down on Anderson Valley. It's in fact about 400 feet above the fog line, and it has been farmed by the same team for literally decades. And because of its elevation, it is picked much later than kind of the fruit on the valley floor, so it has a higher hang time and has a longer time to kind of develop, you know, those deep and vast aroma sets. Let's give this a try, shall we? Oh, so the nose is quite gorgeous stuff. It reminds me more of what we enjoy about great Burgundy Pinot Noirs, more so than your typical Anderson Valley. And by that I mean it has a very pretty and lifted style. You can kind of see in the glass it has almost a little bit of a translucent color gradient to it. But it has really nice kind of aromas of like raspberry and like being cherry, but there's also black tea, earth, and a little bit of baking spice as well. So on the palate, it is still very pretty light and lifted with that raspberry, light red cherry. There are a little bit of, even now at this point in time in 2022, as I'm tasting this, there's still some nice soft tannins as well as some dusty minerality, and there's that beautiful just there oak element. This is a gorgeous Pinot Noir, regardless of price, but it's made even better by the fact that it's at a very attractive price point. You know, Pinot Noir, when it gets into that half-decade mark, is really starting to find itself, and this is a delicious and delightful wine that is well worth seeking out. And grab a Trailmarker. It'll help you find your way. Cheers, stay safe, and be well.